Before we dive into this story, comment below with your city or country. Let's see how far this moment reaches. A white store manager calls the police on a 13-year-old black girl for simply browsing the makeup aisle. But what happens next leaves everyone speechless, especially when her mother, the CEO of the company that owns the building, suddenly walks in. The entire store freezes. The officer who arrived ready to accuse now stands silent. Shoppers stare, whispering as the atmosphere shifts. With every step, the mother's calm power fills the room, heels clicking like thunder, voice steady but sharp. In that moment, authority changes hands. This isn't just a story about a misunderstanding, it's about how prejudice still hides in plain sight, and how one mother turned humiliation into a lesson the world wouldn't forget. What happens next will make you question how far respect really goes when power meets injustice. If you were that mother, what would you have done? Forgive or fight back? Comment your thoughts and tell us where you're watching from. Talia was just 13, polite and endlessly curious. She adored makeup, lip gloss, bright eyeshadows, nail polish, anything colorful. That afternoon, she wandered through the store while waiting for her mother to finish a meeting nearby. She wasn't carrying bags or hiding items, only browsing with the wide-eyed interest of a teenager. Yet, the air in the store felt heavier than usual. Someone was already watching her, eyes following every step, as though her presence alone raised suspicion. Behind the counter, the store manager stiffened. He was white, middle-aged, and convinced that Talia didn't belong there. His narrowed eyes tracked her every movement, as though a child admiring nail polish must be planning a crime. His fingers toyed with the walkie-talkie, muttering coded words to staff. Talia tried to stay calm, flipping through lipstick shades like any normal shopper, but the manager's mind was already made up. To him, curiosity looked like guilt. Suspicion hardened into certainty. He picked up the phone and started dialing 911. Moments later, the glass doors swung open. A police officer stepped inside, his uniform crisp, his hand hovering near his belt. The store grew quieter. Talia's breath quickened, her hands trembled, her heart hammered in her chest. She froze as the officer walked closer, eyes darting toward her backpack. "Empty your pockets," he ordered firmly. Shoppers lingered nearby, whispering, shaking their heads, but no one intervened. The manager folded his arms, a smug look spreading across his face. He was certain this would prove him right. Talia's world tilted, fear pressing down like a heavy shadow. Across town, Ava Sinclair's phone buzzed. She listened for only a moment before her eyes narrowed. Fierce, protective, decisive. She left her meeting without hesitation. Her black SUV tore through traffic, screeching to a halt outside the store. Heads turned as the door opened. Ava stepped out, heels striking the ground like gunfire. Calm, but commanding, she entered the store. Silence followed her. She didn't need to shout. Her presence alone shifted the air. Shoppers moved aside as she strode forward. Her gaze locked first on Talia, then on the officer. She stopped just inches away, steady, unshaken. Ava wrapped an arm around her daughter before turning to the officer. "I'm her mother," she said firmly, "and I'm the CEO of the company that owns this building's lease." Gasps rippled through the crowd. The officer blinked in confusion, suddenly uncertain. The manager paled, panic flashing in his eyes. Ava's voice sharpened. "I want security footage pulled, written reports filed, and accountability today." The officer shifted uncomfortably, realizing this was no ordinary call. The manager stammered about just doing his job, but Ava cut him off, her tone like steel. No, what you did was racial profiling, she declared. And it ends now. The store stood frozen. Power had changed hands. Ava didn't pause. This store closes now, she ordered, and this manager is suspended immediately. The officer, recognizing he no longer controlled the room, quietly stepped back. The once hushed customers began to clap, the sound building into applause. The manager was escorted away, red-faced, humiliated, unable to meet anyone's eyes. Ava then knelt beside Talia, brushing a tear from her cheek. "You did nothing wrong," she whispered, "and I will never let this world make you feel small for simply existing." Talia's shoulders finally eased. The cameras had caught it all. By nightfall, clips of the confrontation exploded online. #ProtectBlackGirls trended across social media, shared by millions. News stations requested interviews, but Ava declined them all. "It's not about fame," she told reporters. "It's about change." The pressure worked. The manager was fired. The chain issued a public apology and announced new anti-bias training for every store. What began as a single unjust moment had turned into a reckoning felt far beyond that mall, yet the story was bigger than one manager. Too many children are criminalized for existing. Too many mothers are forced to fight battles that never should exist. Talia's quiet courage and Ava's firm leadership became symbols sparking conversations nationwide about justice, accountability, and the urgent need for lasting change. Now, it's your turn. What do you think should happen next? Should the manager face charges, or is termination enough? Comment below with your city and country so this message travels worldwide. Remember, everyone deserves dignity, no matter their age, skin color, or where they shop. Your voice matters.